Hey mathematicians, let's do our homework. All right, so we have conversions which are going to require you to have a star reference sheet available. Remember that the last page, like both sides of the page in your workbook, are the same as the yellow and orange reference charts we've been using in my classroom. So you need that, and then you need your homework. All right, so each problem, we're not actually going to use the numbers in the problem first. We're going to find the units, then look at our reference chart, and then come back and use these units after we already have the ratio written down. So our first problem is Justin can jump 0.8 meters above the ground. Viviana can jump 80 centimeters above the ground. Who can jump higher? That's our question. Who can jump higher? So we've got 0.8 meters and we've got 80 centimeters. That means I want to convert one of them, doesn't matter which one, into the other type of units so that we're comparing either meters to meters or centimeters to centimeters. Like I said, does not matter which one you choose. I personally think that I'm going to use this 80 centimeters because maybe I don't want to deal with 0.8, but maybe you do. Maybe that looks easier to you. But I know I have meters and I know I have centimeters. Meters is an M, centimeters is a cm. You need to look at your reference chart to find the conversion. Once you look at that, you'll see that it's 1 meter to 100 centimeters. And then you can decide now if you're like, oh wait, well if I'd be adding 0.8, that would be in the meters, and I think that I'm going to be multiplying times 100, so maybe that's easier than dividing by 100. It really doesn't matter. You can go either way. I said I'm going with 80, so I'm going with 80. 80 is the centimeters. I'm putting it down. Oh dear, now my arrow is actually going up, so I should start at 100 and go to 1. That's a divide by 100. So 80 divided by 100 is going to be, that sounds an awful lot like 80 divided by 100, which we know how to write in decimal form, 0.8 or 0.80. So then I'd come off to the side, and I'd say, okay, this number right here, 0.80 is Viviana. Wow, that looks an awful lot like Justin's number. Who can jump higher? Aren't they tied? So then your final step is to actually write me your answer. Both girls can jump just as high. 0.8 meters equals 0.80 meters. They are the same. Something like that. I'm not writing it for you, but I do expect to see it written on your homework when you turn it in. Number 2, a serving of orange juice is 250 milliliters. That's 1 unit. Sebastian has 2 liters. That's the other unit. So we're doing milliliters to liters. Look up your ratio from your reference chart. 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. Okay, you have 250 milliliters. Oh, no, wait, you don't. Wait a minute. I just said you have, because that's the thing I'd want to change. But this says 1 serving of juice is 250 milliliters. And it's just nothing about Sebastian having that juice. Okay, so this is actually not going to help us right now. If Sebastian has 2 liters of orange juice, okay, that's what he has. That's what I'm working with. He has 2 liters. How many milliliters is that? That's 2,000 milliliters. That's still not the answer. How many servings does he have? Okay, so wait, I know how many milliliters he has. I know what 1 serving of juice is worth. And if I'm counting out servings, like here's my big jar, I'm pouring it, I'm pouring it, I'm pouring it. How many is that? That's a division problem. So your final step is 2,000 divided by 250, and that will give you your answer. And your units are not milliliters, because this is milliliters per serving. Your answer units is in servings. Whoa, which does not have another S there. Servings. So whatever number you have, that's how many servings of orange juice, how many people he can give the orange juice to. Number 3, Kathy and Madison went hunting for precious gemstones in a cave. Kathy found a 2.1 gram diamond. What the heck? I gotta go hunting for gemstones with these girls. Madison found a 1,950 milligram diamond. Who found a bigger one? So again, I'm giving you 2 options. You can change grams to milligrams or you can change milligrams to grams, but you want them both to be the same final unit before you answer the question, Kathy or Madison, found the bigger diamond. There needs to be math there. You can't just be like, well, I know. No, not without proof. Milligrams to grams. Write your conversion from your reference chart. Then choose, are you changing Madison's number to grams? Or are you changing Kathy's number to milligrams? It really doesn't matter. Once you have one of them changed, you can decide who has the bigger diamond. Number 4, Brandon and Braylon found some snails and had a little snail race. But of course, what else would you do with snails? Brandon's snail went 278 millimeters. Braylon's snail went 28 centimeters. You know the idea. Millimeters to centimeters. Change one of those boys to the same unit as the other one, and then tell me whose snail won. Also, for winning, you want to think about who went farther, who had the longer number. Number 5, Lincoln started his own restaurant, oh how fancy, and noticed that he sold 250,000 milliliters of Dr. Pepper a day. Remember that we talked about a milliliter is like doop, 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 20 little eye drops? First of all, Lincoln, you got bigger things to do with your restaurant. Don't measure in milliliters. Oh, good, we're changing it to liters because this is a much more efficient way to measure your liquids if you're talking about a lot of liquids. You don't want to measure somebody's drink in terms of how many little eyedropper drops are in it. You just want to pour it and then call it, oh, a cup, or a liter, or a quart, or a gallon, which are 2 different measurement systems. So we'll be talking about the cups and the quarts and the gallons tomorrow. But you're changing milliliters to liters. This is not a comparison problem. Milliliters to liters. Look up your ratio in your reference chart. Then use this number as your second number, not your first one. The first one is the ratio you look up, and tell me how many liters that is. And I believe that is it for tonight's homework. Yay!